Hey everyone, this is Carla. Welcome to an all new episode of Projectized, the project management show, where today I'm going to be doing the Microsoft Project Management certification and learning path update. My most recent episode was covering Google and its project management tool. Now I'm going to be doing Microsoft. Why? Because as with Google, project management is hot. Uh, LinkedIn, which is owned by Microsoft, says that project manager is the number three job in the pandemic economy. And Glassdoor, the search engine website, is saying that project manager is the number four job in the economy. You know that Google, which owns YouTube, that's the social media, and Microsoft, which owns LinkedIn, are rivals, but they see how big project management is. Therefore, I want to use this episode to talk about the business of project management from the Microsoft side. So as you can see on the screen, uh, I'll put this also, it's also in the description, but I'll put it also in the chat box where it says Microsoft initiative to help 25 million people worldwide acquire the digital skills needed in the COVID economy. So this is dated June 30th, 2020. And if you qualify, this initiative would bring together every part of our company, combining existing and new resources from LinkedIn, GitHub, and Microsoft. It would be grounded in three areas of activities: the use of data to identify in-demand jobs and the skills needed to fill them. Two, free access to learning paths and content to help people develop the skills these positions require. Three, low cost certifications and free job seeking tools to help people who develop these skills pursue new jobs. So now we're going to go all the way down to the 10 top job learning tracks because it does include project manager. Right here, we've also used the economic graph as a critical planning resource for today's skills initiative by identifying the key jobs and horizontal skills that are most widely in demand and creating learning paths for these via LinkedIn Learning. Using this data, we identified 10 jobs that are in demand in today's economy and are well positioned to continue to grow in the future. These 10 jobs were identified as having the greatest number of job openings, have had steady growth over the past 4 years, pay a livable wage, and require skills that can be learned online. And as you can see right here, number three is become a project manager. We click on this, and this is the LinkedIn Learning Become a Project Manager learning path. I'm also going to put that A in the description. Welcome, Derek. This is the LinkedIn Learning Project Manager path. For those who are new and coming in, this is all going to be either free or discounted, and it comes from Microsoft. Also, all of the links, you can click in it in the summary right underneath it, whether it's live or the replay. And so you have 11 courses in this learning path to get a certificate. So just go through them. You have project management foundations, you have ethics, requirements, schedules, budgets, teams, communication, risk, managing stakeholders, Microsoft Project 2019, and then Microsoft Project Quick Tips. And then when you're done, you receive a certificate. So this is part of the 25 million unemployed initiative about becoming a project manager so that you can have a fundamental understanding of it and get a certificate. So the one thing I do want to say is that certificates are different than certifications because we are going to get into a specific certification. So as part of the learning initiative, we also have the certification part, as I mentioned. And I'm going to put that in the description too for anybody who's. So Microsoft is coming with $15 discounted exam vouchers from now, which is September 28th, 2020, until December 31st, 2020. You can buy them for $15, and you have until March 31st, 2020 to sit for the exam. So I'll start from the beginning. It says, grow your options with a career in IT by increasing credibility with a Microsoft certification, validating your skills and abilities to perform in a role using Microsoft technologies. As digital transformation evolves how we do business, getting trained and certified can help you accelerate your ability to land a technical role that is in demand. Job seekers who have completed training for these Microsoft specific technical roles and can attest that they have been unemployed or furloughed due to COVID can secure an industry recognized Microsoft certification at a discounted fee of $15. Testing candidates will have the ability to schedule the exam before December 31st, 2020. So you can purchase the voucher between now, which is September 28th, and December 31st, 2020, and will have until March 31st, 2021 to appear for and complete the exam. Now we're going to go down to the discounted certifications. And the one we're focusing on is managing Microsoft Teams, which is project management related. However, these are the other ones, such as Azure Fundamentals, which I passed. That's cloud computing, Azure Data Fundamentals, Azure Artificial Intelligence Fundamentals, Power BI, which is Business Analysis or Business Intelligence, Platform Fundamentals, Microsoft 35 Certified Fundamentals, Azure Administrator Associate, Azure Developer Associate, Azure Security Engineer Associate, Power Platform App Maker Associate, Teams Administrator Associate, the one we're going to get to, Microsoft 365 Security Administrator Associate, Developer Associate, and Data Analyst Associate. So we're going to go to Teams because Microsoft Teams is the workflow management, which is connected to project management. And I'm also going to put this one in there. This is also in here. So the test administrator must be able to plan, deploy, manage Teams chat, apps, channels, meetings, audio, conferencing, live events, and calling. And the team administrator is also responsible for updating from Skype to business to Teams. Why is this important? Because we're dispersed, and that means that we need someone who's certified in this. I also wanted to bring this to your attention because this is an actual certification. As I mentioned in the middle, certificate, the LinkedIn Learning is different than this. So I believe you have 2 years, but as you can see down here, the original price is $165. If you've been adversely affected by COVID, you can purchase the voucher for $15. Also, they have a way, you have a free online way of going through the learning path. And then they also have the other certification and knowledge about the exam resources that you can do for free or you can pay. And you also have the outline of the certification. So for this episode of Projectized, I wanted to showcase the Microsoft project management initiatives, the certificate learning, as well as the Microsoft Teams professional certification in project management. If you've been adversely affected by COVID, what's out here, as I mentioned before, project management is the number 3 job according to LinkedIn, which is owned by Microsoft. It's the number 4 job in the pandemic by Glassdoor, which is the job search engine site. So those 2 things, I wanted to make sure and use this episode and Projectized as an opportunity to learn as much. So I always shout out people who are live. So yes, it is self-study, yes. So the LinkedIn Learning is self-study. The Microsoft exam is self-study too. So yes, it says online free and you learn at your own pace. So you have 5 modules and then you do the next learning path is 5 modules. But this is all self-paced. If you pay, you do instructor-led, then it's not self-paced. But both the LinkedIn learning path, become a project manager, that's self-paced. and this is self-pay? So good question. So I would like to thank Derek for taking the time to watch me live on YouTube Live and asking questions. And all of the information and the links I put in the chat, I also put in the summary so you can check it out for the replay. So this concludes this episode of Projectized. Thank you very much, Derek, for watching, and all the live and replay viewers. And I'll see everybody in the next episode of Projectized.